Hey guys, it's Justin again with another work in progress video. I went ahead, obviously, with the ladder on my last video, and instead of kind of finishing those guys up, I went ahead and started moving to the next piece, just for sanity's sake. So here's what we got. This is the waist unit and the chest unit. Obviously, it's not fully completed, but most of the parts are pinned and ready to roll. So what we've got here is this is actually pretty complex. It's not a very hard assembly. When I say complex, I mean like the way that it works is a little bit complex. It's kind of neat. So what we've got here is the back skirt, which is pegged on into this and into that. So basically I can pick this up and lift it, and it comes right off, and the pin is still in place. And then this one is pinned just like that, and it all stays nice and snug. Now there's an insert piece to this, and I don't know how I'm going to work this yet. I'll probably just glue it in and be done with it. But that's that. Now this is the weird stuff here. Is like this guy is really neat. So the cockpit is actually a hinge inside of here, and it's a resin block that's already been pinned, and it's pinned into the actual cockpit hatch. So the cockpit hatch will open a little bit. There's this guy which comes right on and off. He'll probably just get glued in place after I paint it, because it's not like that's going to be under heavy friction or wear or anything like that. Not a big deal. The arms have the same kind of spring joints as everything else. There's a little piece inside here, and you can pop this guy off, and that's that. The only reason I haven't put this on yet is because the arms are probably going to stay in one spot, so and these are actually really snug. I had to use a pair of pliers to actually get those out. But then there's a core block in here, like a core fighter, and you can actually pull this off, and you can see where I pinned the core block in. But there's a mechanism that holds the core block to the waist, and that actually is the side skirt pegs. So these are both pinned, and it locks the core block, or the core fighter, to the waist unit. The waist unit has an insert that's also pinned. It's glued together right now, but there's the joints and stuff are inside of here, but they're locked where I need them to be. So that's the one thing I've done right this build. But yeah, it's very, very straightforward. There's not too much going on here. This piece is pinned in on 4 parts so that this piece will stay locked in. I don't know if I'm going to pin this or not. I don't really know how I would pin it, and it doesn't really move a lot. Like once everything's assembled, it stays pretty much where it needs to be. There's not a ton of wiggle room if I can just get it locked like right there. So I can go ahead and I can plug these legs in. I can show you. There's how he looks standing up. He's going to have a pretty good wide stance. You know, nothing too crazy. He's pretty much going to stand, and that's going to be it. Now, I might not put some of the elbow joints in so that I can move the arms a little bit. It depends on how tight I can get the connection to be. If I can make it so that he'll be able to hold a little bit of pose, I might run with it, but we'll see, because I don't want to scratch up paint on, obviously, a kit this massive that I have to put this much work into. But we'll see what happens. Let's see another size comparison for you. Oh, I don't have any kits. Hold on a second. There we go. Here's a size comparison with the Re100 Freet. He, from bottom of feet to top of head, he almost reaches the waist. He's pretty close. It looks like he beats it, but that's just because of perspective. But yeah, this guy is absolutely immense. So, I mean, this is pretty much it. This part of the build is pretty identical to the legs. I've done a tiny bit of work on them, on the parts here. There's a pretty bad resin slip right in here past the panel line. There's some small details that I'm not sure if I'm going to rescribe or putty out. Same thing with the back here. There's these 4 like random little squares, and they just don't really serve any purpose to me, so I think I might get rid of those. The top, you can see the panel lines a little bit, maybe. It might focus. There you go. I've rescribed these ones, and on the other side they are almost invisible. So I have to go ahead and rescribe those and make sure that sticks out the way that it's supposed to. And I have to rescribe all the way around. These panel lines go all the way around the chest. So, not a big deal or anything. It kind of sucks. But I think I can make it work. There's some circular rivet detail here. I might drill these out and just put IC pins in if I can get them to fit properly. I think I might do that. There's a hole in the back for the LEDs, and all that has to be fitted before everything's done. There's little holes here for the wire to feed through. Again, I think all the LEDs are pre-done for you. You just have to put them in and connect everything properly. But yeah, I mean, it's coming along pretty good. I also have the backpack done. Let me find that real quick. And I can express a little bit of my concern with this kit through this. So I ordered this kit through G-System. I didn't buy this through a third-party seller. I didn't buy this off of eBay or anything like that. I bought this straight through them. I have my authenticity card and all that nonsense. And I'm missing a piece, which I caught very early on. I did a parts count, and then I did a sweep through and noticed that one was missing, and I couldn't figure out what it was. Well, I started going through the actual instructions and checking parts off as I sorted the pieces, and I found out that it was a cover. It's a cover that goes over the back of this, and it flips up and down. And it basically covers the power switch and the charging cable for this kit. And I've emailed them numerous times. I've sent them my credentials. I've sent them my order information. I have sent them my card number and everything, and I still haven't gotten he replied one time and said, what was your order number and what was the card number included in the kit? And he said, okay, I'll get it to you ASAP. That's been about 5 months, I think. So I think it's safe to assume I'm not getting that part. So what I'll have to do is measure out and scratch build one. Now this guy is pretty much held together on friction. I'm probably not going to pin this because I'm. Ugh. Come on. These back pegs don't totally align. There we go. But once it's in, it's in. Like, it's not going anywhere. And there you go. So this back piece needs fitting a little bit. It sits in there, but it's not very good. So that's another piece I'll probably stick in there and paint the kit. gotta figure out how this goes in here. I can't figure it out for the life of me. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. There's not a ton of pieces to it. This might be like 30 pieces, maybe. And look, now the cockpit's making a liar out of me. But yeah, I mean, it looks nice for the most part. It needs some work, some cleanup, but nothing too bad, nothing too heavy. And then I'll be able to move on to the arms. So I think I'm actually going to finish up the the cleanup on the rest of these parts before I keep moving forward, because then I'm going to end up with a half-completed resin kit, and I don't want that. I'd like this to look as nice as possible. That whole thing just came out. Oh, wow. So I'll have to figure out something for that. But yeah, this basically just plugs in like this. And it sits up in here. So, but yeah, that's it. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and I will see you at the next whip. See you guys later.